Debate is growing over whether Kenya should arm its security guards in the wake of the terrorist attack at 14 Riverside Drive. Across the border in Uganda has had armed private guards since the 1980s, and some believe that the initiative has limited the number of terror attacks in that particular country. Waihiga Mwaura just returned from Kampala, where he spoke to the major players there, and here's his report.
Different ideas have been proposed as to how Kenya can deal with the terrorism menace once and for all. One of them is a proposal to arm private security guards. Now we are off to Uganda to find out how this works out for them. Hey, how are you? Fine, thank you.
Uganda is home to at least 202 security companies, most of which have head offices in Kampala. According to police spokesperson Fred Enanga, 50% of them are licensed to provide armed guards.
Spokesperson,
yep.
Thank you for giving us your time.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
One interesting thing that I've noticed since we've been here in Kampala is the fact that private guards are armed. When did this come to be in Uganda?
The private security organizations have a history which dates back up to the 1980s. And over the years, we've continuously used them.
At the Pinnacle Security Limited offices in Muyenga, 8 kilometers from Kampala's central business district, a training session is underway. This is a critical step in ensuring the safe use of these lethal weapons. A trainee guard with no previous experience will need to be instructed for between 2 to 6 months before they can be cleared to carry a gun. The gun is provided by the security company, who either lease it from the police or import it. According to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, there are at least 16,000 guns in the hands of these private firms.
So this is what the average armory looks like. Just outside here is a small office for documentation, paperwork and so forth. But this is the strong room. This is where the guns are kept. And security around this is so important. For example, there are cameras around here that monitor the movement of everybody who walks in and out of this location. There's an alarm as well. And if Kenya wants to go the way of Uganda and arm private security guards, then private security companies will need to have armories and strong rooms just like this one.
One of the sayings we quickly picked up here is that one cannot apologize for a firearm mistake, so controls have to be strictly followed, and carelessness, which may lead to the misuse or loss of a firearm, is unforgivable.
Absolutely. Then we get involved with the police to report the theft of a firearm, and again, they do a full investigation to locate the firearm, and in all reality, that officer no longer has a job. They're held to account, and we hold them to the highest ethical standards because they have the power of life and death in their hands.
The use of firearms in the private security sector is regulated under a legal provision known as the Police Control of Private Security Organization Supplement of 2013. Under this updated law, the police regulate the practice. In addition, every security guard must be registered with the Inspector General of Police before he or she is recruited by any private security organization.
We take them into the theory of gun handling, managing a gun and stripping and all those processes. Then we go into the practical aspect of it.
As night falls over the Kampala skyline, the city relies not just on the limited police force, but also on private guards to keep its streets safe. However, we wondered how easy it would be to disarm these dozing guards. On Thursday last week, a security guard was arrested after he allegedly fired his weapon, killing one person and injuring another in central Kampala.
Most of the incidents, the private guard-involved shootings are those ones of private security companies at the lower level. At the lower level.
The basic standard of education for security guards is the primary leaving exam, which takes 7 years to complete, equivalent to Kenya's KCPE. Whether that is enforced depends on the company. It's also not clear how well paid or otherwise these guards are.
If you pay them less, kama napata ile pesa ndogo, lazima they cannot have discipline.
The issue of pay could be a factor, but shouldn't be one that you consider highly. Because even persons that have been well paid, you still find them, conniving, conspiring with criminals to come and rob the company.
Uganda has enjoyed relative peace from terror attacks after the 2010 twin suicide attacks in Kampala that left 74 people dead and 71 injured. Private security players believe that since then, armed guards have provided the right deterrent. But they say without strict regulations, these same guards could also create more problems on the domestic crime front. Kenya currently ranks in 18th position on the Global Terrorism Index, rising by 3 positions, while Uganda is at 52nd position, having dropped by 7 places. Waihiga Mwaura, Monday Report.